thousands of dollars more for your trade. Huge savings, more for your trade at Kuhn Chevy Buick GMC.
Tonight, several breaking headlines. The string of bombs left on doorsteps. 3 separate homes, 2 dead tonight, 1 in critical condition. Authorities now warning an entire community, do not touch suspicious packages. Also tonight, the horrific helicopter crash here in New York City. 5 dead. The pilot just before the crash.
Mayday.
Tonight, what we've now learned, the pilot, the only survivor, now suggesting that something got caught on the fuel switch. And the video of the passengers just as the chopper took off. The major storm tonight, the 3rd nor'easter in less than 2 weeks, set to hit this evening. 40 million Americans from the Carolinas to New York City to Boston, where the mayor tonight has issued a warning. Rob standing by with the new track. President Trump and his plan for gun safety after the president said it doesn't make sense. You have to wait until 21 to get a handgun, but you can get a weapon like the one used in Florida at 18. So tonight, why doesn't his plan raise the age? The adult film star and her ultimatum, giving the president until noon tomorrow. The O.J. Simpson interview that was never seen, saying what he is about to describe is only hypothetical.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. And we begin tonight with a string of deadly bombs. Authorities now investigating if there is a possible serial bomber on the loose in Austin, Texas tonight. Today alone, a deadly package bomb exploding, one of 2 attacks today. Police say a teenager was killed and a woman badly injured when the device went off at their front door. A 3rd blast days ago. And while police were at the 2nd scene today, the 3rd went off elsewhere. ABC's Alex Perez leads us off from Austin.
Tonight, Austin, Texas, on edge. Investigators are scrambling to track down a possible serial bomber. 3 mysterious explosions in 10 days, just miles apart.
We got 2 people down. It looks like 1 in the door entry.
6:44 this morning, a deadly blast. A 17-year-old African-American teen killed, an adult woman injured when they opened the package they discovered on their front porch. Neighbors horrified.
I saw an ambulance with my neighbor on, on a stretcher. And so that was very terrifying for me.
We have trauma activations, penetrating trauma, head and torso.
Then at 11:50, another explosion just 3 miles away. Authorities rushing from the other crime scene. The package device detonating when an elderly Hispanic woman handled it. She's critically injured.
All of a sudden, we just heard an explosion, and I just felt it like move the ground. And that's when we walked out and we saw the smoke and the lady laying on the floor.
Police evacuating the neighborhood, putting small children on buses, alerting everyone not to touch any suspicious packages.
We've got a pattern of incidents that have occurred in this community over the past 10 days, and so that we believe are related.
It's the 3rd bombing since March 2nd, all within this 14-mile radius. The first killing, 39-year-old Anthony House. Police saying the packages not sent in the mail. They believe they were left on front porches in the middle of the night.
These devices can explode in many ways, either by being moved or by being opened. If you see something that's out of place, do not handle it.
Federal and local authorities are searching for surveillance video in these neighborhoods. They have no description of the suspect.
If you have heard something, however trivial you may believe it to be, that may be the piece of information that we need to crack this case.
Alex Perez joins us live tonight from the scene of the 3rd bomb. And Alex, authorities are not ruling out the possibility of a hate crime.
That's right, David. Authorities are still on the scene here. Investigators say a possible hate crime is one of the possibilities on the table right now. 2 of the victims were black. 1 of them was Hispanic. Authorities say at this point, they're not ruling anything out. David?
Alex Perez leading us off on a Monday night. Now to new reporting here this evening after that awful helicopter crash here in New York City. The final images of the 5 passengers killed, recording their flight just minutes before the tour helicopter went down in the East River. Tonight, the pilot, the only survivor, now saying one of the passengers' bag straps or a safety harness tether got caught on the fuel switch. And we've learned the passengers were unable to free themselves from their harnesses quickly enough as that chopper went underwater. ABC's David Curley is on the scene for us.
Tonight, new images inside that helicopter flight, smiles all around during takeoff. Just minutes later, tragedy.
Zerly Motel, mayday.
Zerly Motel, are you okay?
River, engine failure.
The Sunset Photo and Sightseeing Tour going down in the East River.
Marine 6 does have one diver in the water.
The 5 passengers unable to escape the sinking chopper in icy waters.
It almost looked very surreal, and next thing we know, it's approaching the water slowly, and then it just completely crashed and then sunk.
The lone survivor, the pilot, telling authorities that a tether or part of a passenger's harness snagged one of the fuel levers, shutting it, bleeding the engine of fuel. Tethers are used to allow photographers, or in this case a Coast Guardsman, to move around a chopper in flight. But the ill-fated flight may have suffered another disaster. It was equipped with floats used for emergency water landings. But as the New York chopper nears the water, the pilot says the right float fails to inflate properly. The helicopter slams to that side.
If those floats had worked properly, we would have had 5 people probably still alive.
The 5 passengers in their late 20s and early 30s. Among them, a journalist, a firefighter, an Argentinian tourist, and 2 tour company employees. None of them able to free themselves from the harnessing system underwater. Passengers on a similar flight complained about those harnesses. Somebody who flew in a sister helicopter last night said it was not easy to get out of, when they're on the ground, to get out of their harnesses.
So we'll be looking at this helicopter to see whether the harnesses were functioning.
Liberty Helicopters, according to federal authorities, has 2 deadly incidents, including a 2009 crash with a small plane that killed 9.
David Curley with us live tonight along the East River here in New York City. And David, you mentioned those harnesses a moment ago. They were difficult to get out of, that the police divers had to cut all the victims free.
These are multi-point harnesses, come over your shoulders and other parts of your body. The passengers may not have been familiar with the release. Of course, the pilot wore it every day. He was able to get out of the craft. David?
David Curley with us tonight. David, thanks. And developing at this hour, the 3rd nor'easter to slam the East Coast in less than 2 weeks. Set to hit tonight, the system stretching from North Carolina to New York City to Boston to Maine. Icy roads and poor visibility for the ride home near Fayetteville, West Virginia. This is the system tonight, set to bring up to 2 feet of snow in some places where they had already lost power for days already. ABC's Adrienne Bankert from Massachusetts tonight.
Tonight, round 3. A winter storm already bringing heavy snow to the Ohio Valley, down trees to the Carolinas, roads dangerous to drive on. The storm is moving to the north and east, where communities brace for what's become a never-ending story. The 3rd nor'easter in 11 days. Millions in the Northeast are still recovering from back-to-back storms that left some in the dark. No power to charge their phones, without heat or hot water for over a week.
We will be enacting a snow emergency starting tonight at 7 o'clock in the city of Boston. The Boston Public Schools are closed for tomorrow.
In Quincy, Massachusetts, Paul Kopp's basement destroyed by last week's storm.
Never had a problem until this last storm. And now you feel a little bit of unease every time you hear about another one coming.
More than 1,000 flights canceled through Wednesday. Eli Swan was headed to Orlando.
There's no way that I'm getting out.
The South hammered this weekend, up to 90-mile-an-hour winds down trees, killing 2 in Texas.
And Adrienne Bankert with us from Quincy, Massachusetts tonight. And Adrienne, I know they are worried about the high winds because they've been battered now in 2 nor'easters already.
That's right, David. We're talking over 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and up to 2 feet of snow. With the high tide rolling in, there's the concern for flooding again. David?
And also already those loosened power lines. Adrienne, our thanks to you. Let's get right to Rob Marciano. He's live along New York's West Side Highway tonight. And unbelievable, a 3rd, Rob, in 10 days.
Indeed, David. This one's a little bit different. The good news is it'll track a lot farther off the coast. The bad news, mostly snow for most people, and folks who live on the coast are going to get hit hard. Right now it's taking shape just off the Carolina coastline, still snowing in Raleigh and in Richmond. It'll rapidly intensify tonight. By the morning commute from Atlantic City to Albany to Boston, just a miserable one. It's snowing heavily, blizzard conditions potentially for the evening commute in and around Boston, with heavy snow continuing there. Could see 12 to 20 inches in eastern New England, 6 to 12 inland, 3 to 6 just outside of New York, and it's almost St. Patrick's Day. David?
All right, Rob Marciano. And at the White House tonight, President Trump revealing his plan for gun safety, and critics are now asking about a promise he made that is not in the proposal. Also at this hour, news from the White House on the Russia investigation. We have it all involving what a committee in the House is now saying. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Less than 2 weeks ago, he declared he's not afraid to take on the NRA.
Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified.
But now the president seems to have caved entirely to the gun lobby on school safety. The most glaring example, raising the minimum age to buy an assault weapon.
We're going to work on getting the age up to 21 instead of 18. It doesn't make sense that I have to wait till I'm 21 to get a handgun, but I can get this weapon at 18. I don't know.
Parkland survivor Sam Zeif had pleaded directly to the president for the age increase.
I turned 18 the day after. Woke up to the news that my best friend was gone. And I don't understand why I could still go in a store and buy a weapon of war.
A week later, NRA officials came to the White House, and the president tweeted, "Good, great meeting in the Oval Office." Now the just-released White House plan on school safety calls only age restrictions. In the immediate aftermath of the Parkland shooting, the president said he supported several other initiatives opposed by the NRA.
He talked about supporting universal background checks, about taking guns away from those identified as a threat, even with process. What happened to all those proposals?
Right now, the president's primary focus is on pushing through things that we know have broad bipartisan support, or things that we can do from an administrative perspective that we can do immediately.
Is there anything in here that the NRA opposes?
Look, the president still has in this plan the age limit increase, and that is part of one of the things that will be, one of those things will be reviewed on what the best path forward is on that front.
So let's get to Jonathan Karl live at the White House tonight. And John, some of the lawmakers in that meeting that day with the president are now responding to this.
In fact, Dianne Feinstein, who sat right next to the president and seemed pleased with what he said back then, looks at this new proposal and calls it a shameful abdication of the president's responsibility to lead, adding, "Shame on you, Mr. President."
And John, I mentioned a moment ago there's late word coming in from the House Intelligence Committee that they are now moving up to wrap up their Russia investigation. Republicans on the committee saying they have found no evidence of collusion.
These are the Republicans that control that committee. The finding is hardly surprising, and given how partisan that committee is, it's not going to have any impact on the overall debate over Russia, and it certainly won't stop the investigations that continue, David, in the Senate and, of course, Robert Mueller.
John Karl starting another week at the White House. John, thanks. Meantime, tonight, President Trump is facing an ultimatum from that adult film star, and the deadline is noon tomorrow. ABC's chief national correspondent Tom Llamas tonight.
Tonight, Stormy Daniels trying to cut a new deal with the president. The porn star, seen here in a photo she shared on social media, offering to return the $130,000 payment she received from the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, but with the stipulation she would wire the money to an account designated by the president. If accepted, Daniels' attorney says it would resolve their, quote, pending disputes, and Daniels would be free to speak openly and freely about her prior relationship with the president, and to be able to use any text messages, photos, and or videos relating to the president that she may have in her possession.
Did your client, Stormy Daniels, have sex with President Trump?
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
No doubt in my mind.
Daniels' attorney says the president has until noon tomorrow to accept the offer. This latest move, another attempt by Daniels to prove the president, who has denied, shut her up. Daniels' lawyer has already argued an agreement signed 11 days before the election is null and void because then candidate Trump didn't sign it.
Why is that so important? Is she trying to sell her story?
She's not trying to sell her story. It's important to her because the amount of misinformation that has been put out in the press and the media, especially over the last 6 weeks. And Mr. Cohen and others associated with Mr. Cohen are directly responsible for that misinformation, and she wants to set the record straight. This is about the truth. It's about a search for the truth.
And David, tonight, neither the White House nor the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, have responded yet for comment. Again, that deadline is tomorrow at 12:01 Eastern. We shall see, David.
All right, Tom Llamas with us again tonight. Thank you, Tom. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday, the Russian poison plot, and tonight the major development. Also, the OJ interview that was never seen. Simpson saying that what he's about to describe in this interview is only hypothetical. Also tonight, the nursing student murder. Tonight, police now identifying a person of interest and where they think he is.